Yeye anajua Kiingereza sana, hata anaweza ongea Kiingereza akitaka. Kiswahili sio lazima.
Wakenya hamjambo. Hamjambo Wakenya wenzangu. I have come here as both a personal friend and a political soulmate of His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga. And I've come here to remind you that today is December 10th, 2021. And we are here to open a new chapter in our country's history. And so I've come also as a witness to history. When we want to go forward as a country, we must look at where we have come from. Okay, and when I look at where we come from, I can see that we have had some problems in this country that we have been unable to bring, to conquer those problems. The three enemies of ignorance, of poverty, and of disease. I want to tell you that there is no more important office in this republic than the office of the president of this country. And so therefore, we must be very careful about the character of the person that we entrust with that office. We must think not with our hearts, we must think with our heads. And we must look at the histories of the candidates who are presenting themselves for the office of the president of this country. When I look at those histories of the people who are presenting themselves, I can tell you, as a scholar of democracy and human rights, that there is no competition. It is not even close. If this was a football match, it will be over in the first 50 minutes. If you look at the history of the man that we call Agwambo, that is sitting behind me, just look at his history. He is the living longest serving political detainee. And what you want to ask yourself is why he went to detention. Okay, he was detained because he sacrificed his youth to fight for this country. I know the personal pain that the Odinga family has endured. I know the personal pain that Mama Ida has endured when her husband was away. But she cradled those children and she loved them and she cared for them. And we rarely mention her. I want you to give her a round of applause to Mama Ida. But many people who fight for freedom in their youth tend to become conservative in their old age. Mr. Odinga is different. Mr. Odinga has continued to sharpen his tools to become more progressive. He believes in servant leadership. He listens, he consults, and then he moves forward. The kind of country that he wants to give us is a kind of country where young people will find opportunity to develop their full potential, where women and girls will no longer be subject to violence, where education will be a right for all, not a privilege, where health care will be given to all. Mr. Odinga will create in this country what I have called a human rights state, a welfare state, the kind of country that cradles you, embraces you, and allows you to develop your full potential. And so today, I just want to say that there are some people who are trying to compete with him. But let me tell you something. Mr. Odinga plays in the Champions League. He plays in the Champions League. And there's no candidate that I know of who can play with him in that league. And so